Yo, yo, yo. Not late. Just in the time. Hello. Yes, I know, Rans. It's late for you. Happy birthday, Kunal. No problem. Hello, hello. Hello, Lokesh. Hello, Fox. Hello, brothers and sisters. Yo, yo, yo. Rans, that is beautiful. If you forgot that question, that is how it should be. And Rans, that is how you can live all the time. Forget what's important. You will not forget like real importances. Don't worry about it. But if you can forget like what's psychologically important for you to like continue your own narrative of your mind, of yourself, if you can just forget all these stories and importances, that's beautiful. Yo, what's up? Good evening, Louisa. Mrs. Louisa. Today, like 6 hours or 5 hours before the stream, I had 2 beers, but don't worry about it. Rare exception. Louisa, you don't even know why you got timed out. It's not because of not behaving. It's because you just talk with few people. You see, there are sometimes when specific people come into chat, you just talk with yourself, like in that small group, and rest of the people just don't feel welcome. Hello, Jonathan. Nikhil, I started this live stream 8 minutes ago, and this live stream will continue for 1.5 hours. Chill, Louisa, chill. Go with the flow. Today is a new day. You totally don't have to think about with who to talk or not to talk, I mean. Love and peace, Cosmos, that's right. But you know, I would say kindness, openness, respect, acceptance to everyone. That's even better. But I don't know. People are built like that. We take advices. We are social beings. That's great. We're in slow mode, man. 10 seconds are not even slow mode. Okay, you don't need actually slow mode right now. Ranz, you already know, dude. Of course you can ask. Why right people always choose bad people to date? That is totally not like it works always. There are no right and wrong people. Man, energetic attractions works in weird ways. Yo, Dante. You think there's good people who try to change bad people? Man, I wouldn't say that it works like that. I wouldn't say that wanting to change other person means that you are a good person. Man, I would say if someone wants to change someone else, it's because of ego, good old psychological illusion of self. Yo, new name. Very good Venom. Very good, very good. This was a chill day. Dante, why do you think that you see the truth? And why do you think that you turning 36 means something? Mera, if you are saying that you are very bad at expressing your feeling, well, that is awesome that you are sharing that. And that you like notice that in you. If you notice that already, that's awesome. Then you are growing already, growing out of it. New name. If you are experiencing like all the time some old loops, old patterns in your mind, and even though you recognize that those are just patterns, they come and go, well, maybe you just have to change something. For example, if you live in a place where it rains all the time, you perceive it, and maybe you don't like it. Well, there is no other way how to change, like to observe something else, change the place. And dude, the content of your mind is very strongly stimulated or created by your environment. Maybe you are stuck in some kind of life period. If you want to perceive new content in your mind, then do something new all the time. Live life. Go out there and live it. You don't know what to change and how many things can you change. Everything. There is no limit. Almost. Hello, hello, Dina. New name. You can hope for lots of things, dude. But I would try to do something in your place, to take action. Thanks, Underboss. Sublime. Yes, that was the reason why I was shirtless. Hello, hello, Arjun. Nah, man, new name, you don't have to try to eliminate old patterns. You know what would happen then. But new name, I really know in real life some people who live in some very weird environment, and they almost like are stuck into mental loop as well, and they don't understand why. Sometimes it's just good to change environment. Most of you can do that if you really want. Probably you just don't want to. Yeah, new name. I don't know exactly about what old patterns are you talking about, of course. Yo, Kevin. Well, yeah, Dante. I don't think that nobody wants to truly grow, but it's just so much easier to not to grow, like, but don't expect real changes and success. Howdy, Chris Max. Very good, Kevin. Chris Max, I don't get your question. Does everything has to make sense in order to feel happiness? Well, no. If I get a question, then the answer is no. Venom dude, if you are suffering from fever and feeling very weak today, brother, just rest, sleep, rest, drink water. You don't have to fight it. Just listen what your body is telling you. Yo, Pragop. Hello, Orange. New name. You say you can, but you can't explain. Well, If you want to explain something, always try to explain it for yourself in more and more simpler ways. The simpler the better. If you will dive into complexity of illusionary life story, you won't get out of it. Thanks, Kevin. Maybe next week we'll do some more sightseeing, exploring city. Yes, new name. I know, dude, that you are trying to change, but of course, when I say to you, change something, I'm not talking about sudden changes. Work gradually towards changes. It can take years, but it still counts. It can take months, weeks. Whatever I say to you, it doesn't mean that things will change in one moment. And that's cool, that's awesome. Because then you can enjoy the process. Yes, new name, tell things on Instagram. Yes, Underboss. Lucid, I have no idea if England or Norway will win. Well, England is awesome. They are very strong and better team overall, but I mean, I want Norway to win because they are just underdogs. Fox Mulder, what do you mean? Is this shirt real? No, this is a painting. No, Lucid, I'm Latvian. Just speaking English language. Well, Lucid, well, you hear that I totally don't have British accent. Thanks, Kevin, very good. Family is good, wife is good. Today we were in some kind of small village of Latvia. There was yearly celebration, fisherman's celebration. You could eat there smoked fish, drink beer, listen some live music. do lots of attractions, swim, and stuff like that. Chill day, chill day. Prago. Besides English, I know Latvian, Latvian, Russian, and German. Sadia, brother or sister, if your sleeping schedule is messed up, I really would advise you to get back to healthy sleeping schedule. You are gonna suffer mentally and physically in long term, definitely, and you won't even notice that, how you're going downwards. Yes, Despacito, a bottle of water, wa'a, 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 a bottle of wa'a. Yeah, okay, Sadia, that's different. Then your sleeping schedule is coming back after World Cup. Actually, it's similar to me. My sleeping schedule right now is also a little bit off, but consciously because of World Cup. What is difference between bliss and happiness? Well, those are different states to experience. But man, from what I have experienced, bliss, dude, it happens without any physical, almost any reason. It just comes and you can stay in this bliss, and it's almost like a feeling, physical feeling in your chest and over all of you. You just are blissful and happy. It's stronger than happiness, because happiness mostly comes from, well, you can tell from where it comes. But bliss, well, it's something strange. Yeah, it's but I would say bliss comes from inner freedom, but you have to have some kind of good mental recovery as well to experience that, because you are not gonna experience blissful states if your body are not allowing you to do that. Some chemical processes in your body, lots of things has to line up actually to experience bliss. But either way, it's just a state. It comes and it goes. If your goal in life is to reach blissful state and to be blissful for as long period as it's possible, well, that's physically not quite possible to remain holding on to that state. But listen, where is a trick? Whatever you experience, it's much stronger, like experienced much stronger for your nervous system when you experience it at the first time, for the first time. And the more you, let's say, stay into bliss, your nervous system and body starts to adapt so you can survive better in the world. So there can come a time there can come a time when you are in bliss, but it's just much, much lighter bliss, not some kind of strong bliss. Pragop, I ate already watermelon. Today just water. Water and some little bit of coffee. Hello, hello, Hemant. Kieran, all of this is about this moment, dude. This existence, your perception of yourself. Yes, Fox dude, bliss tolerance goes up. Exactly. And, well, and that happens naturally. Your body and mind, like just the whole mechanism of you adapts. You know that all evolution is about adapting for better survival. Because Fox Mulder, well, I can tell you from my experience, when I was very young and just started into like meditation, self-inquiry, letting go, all of that, I experienced very strong like states, like bliss, like happiness, unconditional love. Yet the more free, innerly free I got from all the illusions. Well, you can never be totally free from all the illusions. Always something can trick you shortly, for a short period, but these states got lighter and lighter. The more free you become, the more in peace you become, the more free from yourself you become. Well, I don't know, maybe for someone else it would be different, but for me it was like those stages don't matter as much as before, and you get used to the frequencies, new vibrations. Because daily, for most of the time, I experience like, not as some kind of me, but there is light joy, light acceptance, light peace, light bliss. And it changes, but it's light. It's not strong. Because you don't hold on to them. Things get strong to you if you hold on to them. If you hold on to them, that means you are still being tricked by yourself. Yo-yo Venom. Frequency, you mean frequency, how often you perceive blissful state? No, the frequency does not matter. But the frequency depends on many factors. Your lifestyle, mostly your lifestyle, your relaxation. Okay, new name. We'll give you 1 minute. Maybe you will understand. Um, Man, Earthman, about what are you talking about? About soup? Because Earthman, now I don't get it. About what are you talking about? Chrismax, free will does not exist in the way you think exists. Dude, what is free will, dude? Well, can you stop your thoughts from arising? Can you stop your emotions from arising? Can you choose precisely your heartbeat's frequency? Or when digestion will happen in your body? Clintoris, well, you can also experience nirvana, of course, but that is not some kind of highest truth, dude. It's just a state. Chrismax, silence is not communicating. Silence just is. It doesn't need to communicate. The, the ego is creating these ideas. The ego is about communication in healthy way as well. Man, in silence, dude, in perceived silence, even though we all perceive it the same way, if we perceive it, if you can put your attention to it, dude, in silence there is no communication. It just is, dude. For you see this you look at communication from perspective of separate psychological self. But this is just idea, this is illusion in you, that you are separate. And communication is just happening with these separate personalities and bodies. Actually, there is no separation behind it. Why did I choose sacral? Kevin, I did not choose sacral, it just popped up in my mind some years ago. But I mean, my interests for all of my life were, dude, like mostly about spiritual topics. Only later did I realize that spiritual is not apart from life. It's not something bigger than something else. Yes, Sadi, people can't communicate with eyes. We change with our energy in different ways. Of course, communication is just a small part of communication. but leave the stillness out of it. We communicate, dude, through man, through everything. You already know that. But not through silence. Silence just is. Communication is, let's say, movement, active movement of energy. Silence is background. Just when energy is not moving, it's silence, let's say. Even though it's still moving. Just very, very slow. Perceived inner silence, let's say, is super slow energy movement, and all the actions that arises from it, well, they are in different frequencies, like more vibrating movements. Sadia, if you don't like silence, well, and it's scary for you, well, what can I say? Maybe you don't need to give attention to this silence. Like for real. Maybe you don't need to even know your higher self. Is there one? But if I were you and I was scared from silence, dude, I would dive into it. And look, just observe from where this being scared is coming from. But there are different personalities, different minds, different life stories. It's not like the purpose of life is to dive into this silence and face what you are fearing. That is not purpose of life. Adhirajre, when you say the secret is to still the mind, yes, but well, two things. First, it is the secret only for those who need it. Because that is, dude, what, like, in all the many ways how people are living, it's totally fine. This is the same dream either way, dude. But this as well, when you say the secret is to still the mind, I want to mention that at first, the secret is to put effort in trying to still the mind with effort, and later to recognize that your mind is actually never still. It's always moving. Yet, of course, there can be stillness perceived, and there is stillness behind movement as well. But it takes no effort to perceive this. First it's effort, later you just let go all the effort. You let go this need to still the mind. No, Christmas. Dude, for you maybe happiness is the goal. I cannot say to you, no, happiness is not the goal, not baby. But maybe for you it is at some period of life and self-inquiry. There can be goals. They still are teaching you something. Goals are not bad. Thinking that happiness is a goal, it's also not bad. No one should be the same. No one should look like the same. No one is looking the same, as well as no one should look like the same in your mind, in what you perceive, in how you live. But all of you can be free, innerly free from idea, illusion of psychological self behind whatever happens. Because this does not change the content of your life. The title of this stream is Come out of your narrative. And this is the thing. Just whatever is the narrative, come out of it. No man, Raya, for you I maybe never speak sense. For you maybe there is no sense in what I'm speaking. For someone of you maybe there is some sense what I'm speaking. But it's okay if you panic and don't understand anything. No, Rans, I never read Bible. Man, Yune, what's happening with you, brother? Chrismax, of course, you create your own purpose. You cannot live outside your mind. Accept it. While you are alive, you are into playing this game of life. But if it's like making to you psychological suffering, well, that can end. but it's gonna be only perception. Yes, Cosmos, I perceive that as well. Jo, Ilze Krastiņa. Chrismax, everything is teacher. Dude, yesterday in chat, one dude came and said, yo, I am a teacher. I am spiritual teacher. And I don't even know what he said further. But the thing is, every second of your life is a teacher. Nikhil, well, for now, that is totally fine if you perceive Buddha as your teacher. But at some point you will let go his teachings if you want to move on. You will have to let go Buddha as your teacher, even though of course respect to him will remain and knowledge, but when you let go some specific teacher, you start to realize that what is the real nature of being taught, and what can every moment teach to you. Maybe Ilvenox, maybe he said that. Sorry, I have to use bathroom. I will be back after a minute. Yo, yo. Man, Louisa. Sorry, I know you're not man. What a hard question to ask. While you are alive, you will not forget that your body and your mind is there. And not just pain, but every second changes you. Every second changes your body, your mind. Dude, every second changes everything about the construct of you. But the question is, do you psychologically have this belief, have this relationship with your own life story as something separate from life? Can identity survive complete change? Find it out. Nikhil, I don't have books. If you're telling that to me, Chrismax, the fact that meaning matters is subjective. It's just for your own life, your own perspective. And it should be like that. Dude, water matters for your survival, not for existence overall, to continue existing. Water is needed for you to drink it. But if there would be no you, dude, you actually don't know if existence continued, if this life continued to happen the same way. The instrument of your mind is made for looking at things from different perspectives. When you try to use your mind you will never come to some kind of one conclusion, final conclusion, but rather you can just see what is the nature of your mind. Leave your mind's processes aside. Leave your mind and just look what is the nature of your mind. Yo-yo humor dose. I am from Europe, from small country Latvia. I actually have set up Streamlabs to give you these answers, but it's not working. Kevin, sorry, I don't understand what contemplative means. Nah, man, I don't get it. Yes, Christmas. Memories are shaping identity, definitely. And every cell of your body as well has memory in some way. This is a world of memory. To question man, too much sugar in that coffee. Ishan, dude, honestly, well, I'm not that kind of person who regrets life. I think that's just, man, regretting something. Dude, do you even need explanation? Of course you can memorize something and think, Use your brain, use your mind. Did something made me feel good or bad, or someone else? Was there positive or negative outcome? But dude, what is regret? Regret, I guess it's psychological holding on to some event and fighting with it in you. I don't want to say that it is totally dumb to do that, because I could be insulting someone, but open your mind. Is there any need to regret something if you can do nothing about it? Nothing. And it made you who you are now. If you realize that this moment is the only life there is, and you deserve nothing more than there is right now. You deserve nothing more than there is right now. How can there be regrets? How regrets are real? Chris Max, can someone escape themselves? Yes, but escaping yourself would not look like the way that you can imagine it. Because escaping is not escaping. It's just seeing in first place that thought of escaping, this need to escape, is totally the same as any other process in your mind, any other thought in your mind. Because most of the questions in this chat are provided here, let's say provided because I don't know English very well, provided here from psychological sense of separate self in you. And you don't see that this is just your mind playing around. This sense of you is just another idea, same idea as any other idea you have. But you have created these levels in your mind, like hierarchy levels. Levels of different attachments. See you later, Kevin. Sadia, yes, but you said it right, people are suffering from, I would not say, Sadia, that people are suffering from mental problems, that's why they're asking, but people are suffering from illusionary idea of themselves in their mind, their life story, that their life story is real, that their thoughts directly determine who they are. Just you can just actually read the title of this live stream and try to do it. Snap out of whatever is happening in your mind right now. Just leave it alone. Leave all the importance that you give to your thoughts and feelings alone. Pragab, dude, I don't know. I would say yes and no because I don't know. Because, for example, you can, if you have watched some live stream where I do sports, dude, I think I have different tone there. That's different moment. Because people are changing, people are adapting to every situation. Or you think that you should be, or someone should be proud of themselves if they hold on to some kind of one illusion about themselves, one mask, holding on to one mask, one voice. Louisa, I didn't see Nune's message. And I'm not gonna scroll back. Yes, Chris Max, that's why there is no end point to learning to learning and growing. That's right. Chris Max, you're asking what we should do with that truth. I don't know about what truth are you talking about, but dude, each time you think that you have come to some kind of truth in you, well, that's fine. Let that truth teach you something. Hold on to that truth if you need it, but you will let it go either way later, sooner or later. Because whatever truth you perceive in your mind, it's just idea, it's just the same mind. Your mind cannot give you truth, but you can just realize what is the nature, what is the essence of your mind, how it works. I'm telling you, you perceive your mind as psychologically something special. And this special creates idea of you. You who needs to find the truth and so on. But if you could just step out of your mind for a second, you would see that it works just automatically. just like your body. There is no psychological problem and suffering behind how your organs are working. You're not trying to control them. You're not trying to control your organs. But psychological problems appear when there is illusion of control in your mind, of your mind. And self-inquiry, meditation, this kind of stuff, well, they can help you to just see clearly through these inner illusions. Hi, hi. Man, Salahuddin, Salahuddin Yunayo. Well, that is a good question. How to stay calm? Is there a secret to it? Let life happen. Let your mind happen. There is no secret, just you don't have to deal with anything. I think that people are not calm if they think that they need to work out their thoughts, that they are the thinkers and doers of life, thinkers of thoughts, doers of life. But if you could just realize that your mind processes are just happening by themselves, it just gives you relief. You don't have to do anything no more. And don't listen to this directly. Better try to feel what I'm saying than use your logical side alone. Understanding that you don't have to do anything does not mean that doing stops to happen. Salahuddin. You see, there is no one or the same level of calmness for everyone. Of course, it depends on your life circumstances, but I'm talking here about different calmness. acceptance, neutrality, okayness, and the content of your life, content of your mind, content of your life, call it whatever you want, it does not have to change. It does not have to change. Because I would say real peace comes from realizing, are you attached to anything? Anything that happens, are you attached to it? Because I would say for like 90, I don't know the percentage, but for most people there is a huge inner attachment. No, I don't have another channel. Why are you asking? I mean, I have musical channel, but I don't use the channel. What is reason when our mind becomes our enemy? Not enough clarity. But I would say the reason is just natural process of life. I think that there is no alive person who ever like existed like with this kind of mind, who was not in inner fight with own mind at some period. I would say that is natural growing up. Salahuddin, so you are worried that your family is thinking that you are depressed. Well, their thoughts in first place gets to you, sticks to you. You see someone else's thoughts. Well, it's not like there is someone else's thoughts, but what other people think can get to you and stick with you. If you have belief that there is some fixed you, some centered you, some real you who is being touched. And the trick is, you can still, if your inner center would disappear, you can still feel touched by something that someone says to you. You still continue to experience feelings, same thoughts. But they don't get to you. You perceive them, but they are They just move on naturally, just come and go, just like a wind. The illusion of you lives in psychological time, where you think that you are holding on to, you are giving time to some thoughts and feelings, just holding them in you. And this creates this illusion of you, your story. But if you allow everything to flow naturally, well, you just will perceive life differently. I cannot tell you exactly, step by step process. You can just experience it. Yes, new neighbor. If we will come to point where we get to 777 subs, and I don't want to random people just subscribe, but then we will do 4-hour hardcore meditation with almost no talking, just for one stream, YOLO. But new name, you know what? I have two favorite numbers. One of them is actually not 777, it's 7777. You know what? Today I will not be live streaming like pretty much more because I really want to see live football game. As well as today, my favorite Twitch streamer will do face reveal for first time in like 3 or 5 years. And I want to see his face just for fun. So see you tomorrow. Louisa, I think that, well, how would that look like? Meditation in Discord call as well, because I cannot do that like through this YouTube live streaming app. But how would that look like? What's the setup in your mind for that? Renz, dude, I root for a strange dude in, he's actually in Twitch, he's into gaming. I don't think you need to know that, because... No, actually, okay. His name is Oatly. I will type it in chat. You can look at his... Dude, but that face reveal, he's Fortnite streamer actually. But he's a weird character, that's why I like him. But I guess he's just gonna show picture of his face, not like face cam. Okay. See you later. Thank you for behaving in the chat today. Building, helping to build a community where everyone is accepted. But of course, that does not mean that people are not getting banned. Salahuddin, no problem. Okay, yo. See you later. Don't cry, Pragop.